Strange things happen in life. You run into someone you know in another country, or you think about a person, and suddenly they call. But there are events that go far beyond mere chance. Today, I will tell you about incredible coincidences that sound as if someone deliberately arranged them according to a single script. Some are connected with famous people, others happened to ordinary individuals, but all of them are united by the fact that they are almost impossible to explain logically. We are beginning the first part of our list. Fact 1. Lincoln and Kennedy, a coincidence across 100 years. Abraham Lincoln and John Kennedy are two of the most famous U.S. presidents who were assassinated while in office. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, and Kennedy exactly 100 years later in 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860 and Kennedy in 1960. Both were fatally wounded on a Friday in the presence of their wives. The shot was fired from behind, to the head. Lincoln was killed at Ford's Theater, and Kennedy was assassinated in a Lincoln car manufactured by the Ford Company. Lincoln's secretary was named John, and Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Lincoln was succeeded by Andrew Johnson, born in 1808. And after Kennedy, the presidency went to Lyndon Johnson, born in 1908. Even their assassins were connected. John Wilkes Booth was born in 1839, and Lee Harvey Oswald in 1939. Both were shot before they could stand trial. Fact 2. An Italian king and his double met in 1900 in the city of Monza. King Umberto I decided to dine at a small restaurant and saw there his exact double. The resemblance was not only physical, the restaurant owner was also named Umberto. Both were born in Turin on March 14, 1844, and both married women named Margherita on April 22, 1868. On the day one Umberto ascended the throne, the other opened his restaurant. Both had sons named Vittorio. On the morning of July 29, 1900, the king was informed that the restaurateur had been killed by a robber. The king did not have time to express his condolences because an anarchist stepped out of the crowd and mortally wounded the monarch. Two men who lived parallel lives died on the same day. Fact 3. A novel that predicted the sinking of the Titanic was published 14 years before the tragedy. Writer Morgan Robertson released a book titled Futility, in which he described the sinking of a giant, unsinkable ship called the Titan. The similarities with reality are astonishing. The Titan was 243 meters long, while the Titanic was 269 meters long. The Titan's speed was 25 knots, and the Titanic's was 24 knots. Both vessels had 3 propellers, and both catastrophically lacked enough lifeboats. The main coincidence is the ending. Both ships sank in April in the Atlantic Ocean after colliding with an iceberg on the starboard side. Robertson claimed that this plot came to him in a dream. Fact 4. Edgar Poe and the predicted cannibalism, another dark story. In 1838, the writer published a short story in which, after a shipwreck, 4 survivors find themselves in a lifeboat. Despair and hunger force 3 sailors to kill and eat the 4th, whose name was Richard Parker. At the time, this was perceived as pure fiction. But 46 years later, in 1884, a real tragedy occurred. A British yacht was wrecked, and 4 crew members found themselves in a similar situation. After 19 days at sea, 3 decided to kill and eat the cabin boy. His name was Richard Parker. Every detail matched, even the victim's name. Fact 5. Mark Twain and Halley's Comet are linked by the dates of the comet's appearance. In 1835, the comet passed by Earth, and 2 weeks later, the future writer was born. In 1909, Twain made a prophetic remark that he had come into this world together with Halley's Comet, and expected to leave together with it. His loved ones took it as a joke. But in April 1910, the comet approached Earth once again. It passed at its closest distance on April 20th, and the next day, Mark Twain died of a heart attack. He departed exactly as he had predicted.